Tonight to the program, a tragic school coach inferno in which 23 students and teachers were killed. Then we find out why Thailand is being chosen for data center investments. สวัสดีค่ะ I'm Nad Bunag and welcome to This Week with Thai PBS World. We begin the program tonight with the most heartbreaking tragedy of the year. 23 students and teachers were tragically killed after a bus caught fire in Bangkok. The tragedy triggered outrage and safety concerns and questions over whether it's sensible to take kindergarten students on field trips away from their hometown. We take a look back at how the story unfolded as well as the public sentiment.
A heartbreaking incident. 20 students and 3 teachers died. 16 children and 3 teachers survived. 2 are on ventilators in the intensive care unit. 1 suffers severe burns and is at risk of permanent blindness. The coach caught fire while the group was traveling back from a sightseeing trip to Bangkok. This incident has sparked serious debate among Thais, both online and off. Many are questioning vehicle safety standards, especially for coaches powered by CNG or NGV. The victims' parents said that vehicles using CNG for mass transportation should be banned. According to the commissioner of the Forensic Police Department, the fire started in the front of the coach, but the actual cause is still being investigated. A preliminary investigation revealed that the vehicle was first registered in 1970. It was rebuilt on a new chassis and fitted with an 8-cylinder engine, while the permit only allows for 6 NTV canisters to be carried. The coach was found to have 11. As such, the owner could face charges for unauthorized modification. The online debates also focus on whether primary and middle school children should be allowed to go on field trips. Overall, though, they still question the safety standards of the vehicles. It's not just the families that are mourning their loved ones. The whole of Uthai Thani province and the country are also shocked. The Public Health Ministry has arranged the psychiatrists and mental health specialists, both for surviving students and the victims' parents. It will be a long healing process. There is no guarantee that this will be the last incident of its kind, but at least for now, it has raised awareness. The Land Transport Department is conducting safety checks on registered coaches to ensure that they meet the safety standards required for certifications. The Ministry of Education is also raising the issue of safety practices, particularly safety instructions for students and teachers who are going on field trips.
Now moving on to some more positive news. Thailand has welcomed a major investment by Google, which has announced plans to invest $1 billion to build its data center and regional cloud infrastructure in the country. The massive investment is expected to contribute approximately $4 billion to Thailand's GDP by 2029, and also to create an average of 14,000 jobs until that year. It also stated that the investment will meet growing cloud demand and support AI adoption in Southeast Asia.
As you heard the Prime Minister so eloquently discuss, it remains a priority for her to strengthen the digital economy and ensure that every Thai citizen is empowered with digital literacy. And that is a commitment that at Google we strongly share. It has guided our work for many, many years now to ensure that every Thai citizen has the opportunity to thrive in the digital age. At Google, we are so proud to be contributing to that success and committed to building on it, and that is with AI.
In fact, Google is not the first tech company to invest in data centers here in Thailand. Back in May, Microsoft announced that it will launch its first regional data center here in Thailand as part of its efforts to enhance cloud services. Thailand's data center market has been ranked the third largest in the ASEAN region and continues to show significant growth. And the investment in data centers is projected to reach $7.8 billion in the next 3 years, or about 1.1% of Thailand's GDP. And according to Thailand's Board of Investment, 37 projects involving investment in data centers and cloud services have been approved, and that totals up to 98 billion baht. So why is Thailand being chosen for investment in data centers? And one of the top reasons is the country's strategic location, as it connects with nearby countries within the ASEAN region and also has the potential to become a connective hub among CLMV countries, which are home to more than 250 million people. And another reason is the digital infrastructure, especially its internet access speed, which is among the top 10 countries in the world, with 5G signals already covering most of the country. Another major factor is that 88% of the Thai population having access to the internet, and most of people know how to use e-payments, prompt pay, and even mobile banking apps. And most importantly are the regulations and incentives from the BOI encouraging foreign investments. This all means that Thailand still has the potential to attract more investment in data centers, especially with government policies to encourage investment in data centers. For more details on data centers' impact on Thailand, Frank Han-Shi spoke with an expert on the associated environmental issues and possible solutions.
Hane, as Google has announced its plan to invest in Thailand, we've seen potential growth in the society, such as job creation, capital investment, and upskilling and reskilling program. Data center can also help to produce suitable workforce for digital economy and business, encouraging SMEs and younger generation to access digital economy more easier. However, an analyst raises concerns over energy risks in the near future. Take a listen.
Globally, data center consume about 10% of the power now, and it can goes up to 20% in the next 5 years with this rate. So it means that if you set up more data center, is need more power, more electricity. Now, if you heard in the couple of years, actually 5 to 10 years, that we have abundance of electricity, we have more reserve than we need. But if the data center is set up as planned, it's not enough now. We have to have more and more power for that.
As Thailand generated the electricity installed capacity of roughly 59 gigawatt in 2023, only 34.1 gigawatt were consumed. But the analysts warn that the energy consumption is huge after the data center is running. And at the same time, he said that the government is aiming to transition toward renewable energy. So reliable and stable energy supply is the key for tech giants. Back to you, Nat.
And the new developments in carbon credits look very interesting. And now let's have a look at the other stories in our weekly roundup.
The recent flooding in Thailand's 33 northern and northeastern provinces has caused damage to the agricultural, industrial, and service sectors estimated at about 30 billion baht, according to the Thai Chamber of Commerce. The 3 worst affected provinces are Chiang Rai, Phayao, and Sukhothai. Meanwhile, heavy rainfall throughout Wednesday night caused the Sai River to breach the sandbag floodwall, inundating communities in Chiang Rai's Masai district, which are still reeling from the devastating flooding last month. Prime Minister Pathongtham Shinawatra has ordered the Foreign Ministry to prepare an evacuation plan for Thai nationals in Israel amidst the intensifying conflict with Iran. Iran launched its second direct attack on Israel on Tuesday, fired missiles including hypersonic weapons, which sent Israeli civilians into shelters.
Time magazine has named Thai Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra and LGBTQ rights activist Plaifa Kheoka Chotirat on the 2024 Time 100 Next list, which highlights emerging leaders who are shaping the future of the world. A number of Thais have previously been included on the Time 100 Next list, notably the now defunct Move Forward Party's leader Pitha Limjaroenrat and Thai K-pop singer Lisa of Blackpink. This year's cold season is forecast to arrive in the third week of this month, with minimum temperatures expected to drop to 6 to 8 degrees Celsius in the northern and northeastern regions, and a minimum of between 16 and 18 degrees in Bangkok. Meanwhile, the National Water Resources Office says that it is possible that Thailand may be hit by another tropical storm at the end of October. Thailand is best known for tourism, and right now, community-based tourism is trending. Recently, delegates from various island destinations gathered at the Inter-Islands Tourism Policy Forum 2024 in Phuket to discuss sustainable tourism and to share successful cases and experiences.
Gusty winds, heavy rain, flooding, landslides, loss of life and economic damage have all recently been faced by Hainan and Phuket Islands. Islands often experience severe weather conditions, sometimes even more intense than on the mainland. In response to these natural disasters exacerbated by climate change, over 150 leaders and policymakers from island destinations worldwide recently gathered at the Inter-Islands Tourism Policy Forum, or ITOP 2024, in Phuket, Thailand. The discussion focused on sustainable island tourism as a strategy to mitigate climate change, emphasizing the importance of the community involvement, as locals have a deep understanding of their areas.
Islands have droughts, and islands also have bushfire. Islands also have challenges of wastewater management and treatment to do.
Delegates from Jeju, Okinawa, Hainan, Bali, and Zanzibar share the successful examples of sustainable tourism development, highlighting how promoting local communities, enhancing their strengths, addressing their weaknesses, and striking a balance between environmental protection and economic growth have all contributed to their progress.
Bali is the example of Indonesia tourism as a whole. If Bali is bad, it means the other tourism destination in Indonesia is also bad.
Bali, made up of 8 regencies and 1 city, is grappling with the issue of over-tourism, where visitors tend to visit a few popular areas. In response, the provincial government launched a travel roadmap program aimed at redistributing tourists. The program encourages visitors to explore less crowded areas where they are introduced to unique attractions and activities, including Bali's rich and vibrant culture.
Actually, the Balinese people will always do their culture. Culture is already lived in our daily life. We do our culture every day. So that tourism is like a bonus for us, because the tourists interact with the culture that is done by the Balinese community. And we encourage them more to do this community-based tourism, because it means they can involve more in their village. Like they can be the owner of a homestays. So in a homestays, the cook can be the mother, for an example, and then the driver can be the father, and the one who teaches the tourists to dance, Balinese dancers, will be the daughters, something like that. So the involvement of the local people is more here. By develop the community-based tourism or we call it as Desa Wisata, tourism village.
Similarly, Jeju Island in South Korea has promoted a village-based tourism initiative known as Karum Stay, aimed at shifting visitors' focus from merely sightseeing to immersing themselves in the island's unique cultural heritage and natural environment.
그리고 그 핵심은 마을 주민들이 참여하고
The Vice Governor of Jeju Island explained that there are 13 different Karum Stay programs available for visitors. Two of the main programs are based in Sehwa and Dongbak, which are among Jeju's top tourism villages. Due to the positive feedback from tourists, and with over 40 other local communities showing interest in sharing their own cultures, the Jeju Tourism Organization plans to increase the programs on offer. The iTop Forum 2024 theme, Empowering Communities Through Sustainable Tourism, took place in Phuket, Thailand last week.
Although Thailand is known for tourism, but it's also known as a country with diverse cultures. Now we take you to the Vegetarian Festival in Bangkok, which is happening now until October 11th. But this festival is not only about vegetarian food. Let's find out more with Warisara Sehan.
During October in Chinatown, you can see yellow flag flying right in front of most stores, selling a variety of vegetarian food. This is a sign that the Vegetarian Festival has begun, not only in Bangkok, but across the country. In this report, we'll take a tour of this year's festival in Yaowarat.
มาทุกปีครับส่วนใหญ่จะที่เยาวราชครับชอบมาแบบเดินกินตามถนนตรงเนี้ยเพราะเขาจัดแบบโซนไว้ครบเลย
ของเขาเยอะมีของให้เลือกเยอะของกินเยอะด้วยจะกินอะไรก็เลือกได้ของเยอะของเจทั้งนั้น
The Vegetarian Festival usually falls between the end of September and October, or in the 9th month of the Chinese calendar. This year, it's from October 3rd to October 11th. The most popular vegetarian festivals take place in the central region, including Bangkok and Nakhon Sawan, and in the southern regions, such as in Phuket. The festival is not all about eating vegetarian food, though. There are several beliefs and a lot of history behind it. Setapong Chongsanguan, a Mahayana Buddhism expert, explains that in the past, some Chinese people worshipped the brightest night stars, which become visible during the 9th month in the Chinese calendar. And this night star group played a significant role as a compass in the past.
กลุ่มดาวเนี่ยก็จะทำให้คนจีนถือว่าเป็นเหมือนดาว9ดวงเนี่ยเป็นจักรพรรดิแห่งดวงดาวนะเราเลยเรียกว่ากิ๋วอ้วงหรือจักรพรรดิทั้ง9นะฮะการกินเจก็เป็นการหนึ่งในการบูชาดวงดาว
Vegetarian festivals has taken place in Thailand for over 100 years, since groups of Chinese people migrated to the country. Their cultures and traditions followed. Starting from just small groups, they became larger as the time passed.
ในประเทศจีนเนี่ยไม่ได้พบเป็นรูปธรรมนะเป็นเรื่องเป็นราวที่ว่าเป็นประเพณีที่ประชาชนทั่วไปปฏิบัติแต่ก็จะอยู่ในกลุ่มความเชื่อทางชุมชนหรือศาสนานะอย่างเช่นในของศาสนาเต๋านะหรือว่าในของพุทธศาสนามหายานนะบางกลุ่มนะก็จะมีความเชื่อเรื่องการบูชาดวงดาวเป็นพิธีกรรมนะดังนั้นเนี่ยเราก็จะพบว่าการกินเจเนี่ยพบเห็นอยู่แต่ในเอเชียตะวันออกเฉียงใต้มากที่สุด
He added that in some parts of Thailand, the vegetarian festival has become involved with the local beliefs and traditions too.
Setapong said the difference between vegetarians and vegans versus participants in the religious vegetarian festival are the Mahayana traditions. During the festival, participants worship and promise God that they're going to do good deeds. Or in some cases, they promise to abstain from eating meat, eggs, and strong smelly vegetables in exchange for their wishes coming true.
มันมีพืชบางชนิดเนี่ยที่มีผลต่อการรบกวนจิตใจทำให้จิตใจไม่สงบนะพืชพวกนี้ก็จะมีพวกหอมมีกระเทียมมีกุ้ยช่ายนะแล้วก็มีพวกต้นหอมแล้วก็มีอีกอย่างหนึ่งเนี่ยถ้าในทางพุทธศาสนาเขาเป็นหิงนะ
In the old days, he said participants always have that relationship between them and God. These traditions have continued through generations. These days, however, people of younger generations seem to be distanced from the traditions.
เข้าใจว่าเขาเนี่ยไม่ค่อยได้ทำพิธีผูกพันหรือว่าอธิษฐานกับเทพเจ้าสิ่งศักดิ์สิทธิ์นะเหมือนกับสมัยเก่านะดังนั้นก็อาจจะค่อนข้างมีอิสระกว่าบางทีก็จะไปที่ไหนก็ได้นะแล้วก็อาจจะกินระยะเวลาบางทีเนี่ยบางท่านอาจจะศรัทธาแค่3วันหรือ1วัน
In the eyes of vegan activist Rishi Kun, the vegetarian festival is a good opportunity to explore more vegetarian food options, even in non-vegetarian restaurants. He said more young people are aware of the health benefits that come with being vegetarians and vegans, but not a lot of them would participate in the vegetarian festival.
There is kind of a disconnect here where a lot of the younger generation might see Tessakan Kinche as something that, it's from their parents or their grandparents' generation. And a lot of them might see that some of the options that are readily accessible on the streets, like fried tofu, like lots of oily foods, lots of oily noodles, it's not necessarily something that aligns with the health benefits that they hope to achieve from veganism. So I'd love to see more integration there where J and vegan kind of become more hand in hand.
Warisala Sehan reporting for Thai PBS World.
Finally, the UNFPA recently organized its very first Her Awards to celebrate the achievements of advocates for gender equality. Among those who received the award was Thai Paralympic medalist Sai Sunitana. I had a chance to talk to her as well as other people who received the award about the challenges to women's empowerment in Thai society.
เหรียญในพาราลิมปิกที่ปารีสเนี่ยเป็นอะไรที่สุดของที่สุดของชีวิตของนักกีฬาแล้วเพราะว่ามันเป็นอะไรที่แบบมันมากกว่าความดีใจอะค่ะมากๆเพราะว่าไม่เคยคิดว่าตัวเองจะประสบความสำเร็จใน3เหรียญทองอย่างเงี้ยค่ะพอได้รับรางวัลตัวนี้อันนี้ก็เลยมีความรู้สึกว่าตัวเองแบบเหมือนเป็นตัวแทนหญิงแกร่งแล้วเป็นตัวแทนของผู้หญิงคนพิการด้วยอย่างเงี้ยค่ะมันก็เลยทำให้เรามีความภูมิใจเป็นเกียรติอย่างยิ่งมากค่ะ
Sai Sunitana, who made history as the first Thai athlete to win 3 gold medals in wheelchair fencing at the Paris Paralympic Games, expresses her feelings about her achievements. In addition to the medals, Sai Suni has earned another award, the Her Awards, given to 110 inspiring women and groups who have advocated for gender equality and the empowerment of women, girls, and vulnerable groups. Sai Suni says that these awards mean a lot to her, as she is recognized for overcoming barriers both as a woman and as a disabled person. The key to her success is believing in herself.
เราเชื่อมั่นว่าเราสามารถนับหนึ่งได้เราผ่านอะไรมาเยอะแยะแล้ววันหนึ่งเราสามารถบอกตัวเองได้ว่าเราสามารถนับหนึ่งได้พอเรานับหนึ่งได้เราก็ต้องเชื่อมั่นตัวเองว่าเราสามารถทำอะไรได้เช่นเราสามารถขับรถได้เราก็ไปเรียนรู้ว่าคนพิการขับรถได้เราสามารถที่จะไปใช้ชีวิตได้และหาเงินเองได้และอย่างที่สำคัญที่สุดคือสังคมเปิดโอกาสให้แล้วก็สุดท้ายผลที่เรารักตัวเองบอกตัวเองว่าเราทำได้เพราะว่าจะพูดกับตัวเองอยู่เสมอว่าไซซุนีเธอต้องทำได้อย่างเงี้ยค่ะ
While more women have found success in male-dominated careers from the front lines to behind the scenes, there's still a glass ceiling that is yet to be broken. Veteran journalist Karuna Bokamsi feels that the negative attitude towards their capabilities is still holding women back. For this reason, what she hopes to see is more Thai women being promoted to decision-making levels.
And that's a problem because in Thailand, the female in journalism field is perform a really outstanding role. And we are doing a good job, I would say, but when it's go to managing level, we are not really there. And I think it's probably one of the problem I think that we still need to fight and talk about it. So I think having women as managing level or in the policy making level decision can be helpful.
On the other hand, Supalak Amput, chairwoman of one of the biggest retail conglomerates in Thailand, believes that Thai society is now much more accepting of women in leadership positions. Apart from the increasing number of female CEOs, Supalak took Prime Minister Pathongthai Shinawat as an example of how more Thai women are in positions of power.
Actually, in Thailand, the culture is changing completely now. There's a lot of women that can be in power. We can see that our Prime Minister is a woman, and she was only 38. We need to give her a chance, and we have to support. The leader should not looking for fame. The leader should be the one who sacrifice themselves to help the society, to help the company. And I do believe in three powers. The power of love and care, the power of faith and trust, and the power of unity and togetherness. And always remember, after any dark, stormy days, there's always a sunshiny day. But it doesn't matter how hard it hit. Maybe you can find even the rainbows. But you need to have a very big goal, have a great vision, to believe and to have a courage.
Meanwhile, Sirilak Chiangwong of UNFPA Thailand believes that the Her Awards not only recognize individuals and groups for their advocacy, but also raise bigger issues such as equality and inclusivity. This is also one of their missions to achieve the UN's Sustainable Development Goals.
Her awards will definitely promote gender equality and enhance the gender equality and ending gender-based violence in Thailand, because it is a significant starting point that we recognize people on the ground who is doing these important works, and we hope that the inspiration will expand from this award of 110 people who win this award, not only people but organization as well. It will expand further and further, so the good deed will now bring across Thailand. I hope that it will contribute directly and significantly to the sustainable development in Thailand.
Nad Bunag reporting for Thai PBS World. And the awards is not just recognition, but it's also inspiration for many other people as well. And that wraps up tonight's edition of This Week with Thai PBS World. Join us every Friday at 10:30 p.m. only on Thai PBS. And don't forget to follow us on social media and our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest updates about Thailand as well as analyses. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next Friday. สวัสดีค่ะ